Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk you through the basics of how to use Vial with your Svalboard. You can see what's going on here as I've got my hands on my board. It's a dual ball board. I am right here down in the bottom corner. There's a text field above me where I can just type stuff just in case we need to. So here I am typing a few letters. And then I have a Vial window open here. This is the web UI at vial.rocks. We also have an alternate called Keyboard that we're working on, but start with Vial. It's well supported in community and gets the job done. So I'm going to click on Start Vial, click, and then it'll pop up a little window that you won't see on my stream here. I'm going to hit Connect, and it's going to spin for a bit. And then boom, here's my layout. So this is the live layout of the device that you see above me, which is actually where my hands are right now. And this is the layout that I type on every day. This is a little weird. It's got some prototype stuff in it, so don't take this as what you should be using, but I like what I've done here and I'm pretty happy using it day to day. So just a quick overview of how Vial functions. There's the key map here, which shows your layout and all the different layers of it. Here's my base layer, here's my navigation layer, here's my numbers and symbols layer, here's my function key layer, here's a utility layer, and then everything else is blank right until you get to the mouse layer. And if you look at what's going on with my hands here, you can see there are some little LEDs that sometimes change colors. These are the layer indicators. They tell me what layer I'm on my device. So if I, for example, touch the mouse ball, you'll see that the layer light changes for a moment and then goes back. That's the auto mouse layer. That turns on layer 15, which you're seeing right here for, in my case, 500 milliseconds. And then it turns back off if I haven't hit any mouse keys. You'll notice that when I move the cursor, I do that with my right hand, and when I click, I do it with my left index finger. And what I'm doing is I'm pressing this key right here, mouse 1. It's an exercise for the reader to look at this and figure out that mouse 2 is over here, that's my left click, here's my middle click, and so forth. And I have a few other things built in here that we could talk about later, but I just want you to get a sense that if I move the mouse here, I'm clicking over here with my left index finger, or actually with my right thumb pad, and then my left click is mapped to my ring finger or to thumb nail here. So that's it. You connect, you can go and configure your basic layers, you can go and configure your mouse layer, which is kind of a special thing in Svalboard. And then if you want to place any unusual keys that are special to Svalboard itself, those all live in the user tab here in Vial. So you'll see there are controls for DPI, for changing scroll behavior, for sniper keys and things like that. And then the last one that I will point out is output status here, which is a useful debug tool if you're in the process of building your own device or you don't understand what configuration state your device is in as far as DPI or scroll mode and you want to debug. So you'll notice that in this case, I've bound that to the left pinky on the mouse layer. This is a terrible idea, don't do this, but just so for the sake of exercise so you can see it. I'm going to go over to my text window here and I'm going to go to a new line and I'm going to hit that key. Poof. Okay, so what just happened? I'm in the mouse layer and I'm hitting this key. Oh look, it's typing. So the output status key, no matter where you are, will type out the status of your device. So it tells you what firmware version you're running, like so. It tells you whether you are in scroll mode on the left ball and the right ball. It tells you whether you are in, it tells you what DPI your device is configured in on each hand, in this case 800 on the left and 800 on the right, and a few other features. It tells you what your mouse key or mouse layer timeout is, which in this case is 500 milliseconds. So if you need to debug, this is a super useful feature. Anyway, I hope that was a helpful quick intro, and if you need more help, you can always come and ask on the Discord. If you need Vial specific help, just general Vial functionality, please do also go use the Vial Discord. They're a friendly bunch and the documentation is quite complete. It's definitely a lot better than the documentation that I produce because I'm only one person grinding on this stuff. But I hope this has been helpful for you, and check back in as I do more demos of more detailed functionality on how to configure your device and the particular tricks that I've gotten excited about using in my own day-to-day operation. Thanks a lot. Come again soon.